Welcome in. Happy 9 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. Nebraska women's basketball improves to 16-5 overall on the season. 16-4, excuse me.
Yeah, don't do that.
I put it on the wrong. I made my tweet wrong.
Don't do that.
They were already 11 games ahead or above 500. Now they are 12 games above 500. 16-4. I apologize to everybody at the women's basketball program.
Everybody just exhale.
Everybody just said we're shunning Nick forever, but they get a win over Rutgers 50-38 this evening in a game where DP, first of all, Nick and DP with you, in a game, DP, where we were reminded that Nebraska women's basketball is human. that was the first thing that came to my mind, was that Nebraska women's basketball is human.
Well, so a reminder that Rutgers is maybe the best defensive team in the Big Ten. So
despite their record,
well, here's the thing. They muck it up.
Yeah.
Their sole intent and purpose, physical. They throw elbows. They shoot you a knee in the back of the hamstring. They battle you on the boards, which is what they do. They're not extremely skilled in open space, but in tight battles, nobody wants to play this team. Nobody wants to play this team. Now, a couple of things that I like to talk about that to give them credit for holding Nebraska to 50. Right? Holding Nebraska to 50. And what would be this is the second hiccup shooting performance in a row. Right? So things to watch. Fatigue will start to take over. You're going to hit the wall. You're going to remember, you got young players who will hit the wall in the Big Ten. Markowski included. Widener included. Widener 1 of 5 today. Ani Stewart 1 for 6 off the bench. 0 for 2 for Moriarty. 1 for 4 for Cravens. 1 for 4 for Porter. 0 for 4 for Bourne. 0 for 4 for Scoggin. 3 for 7 for Shelley. 4 of 11 for Hybe. 5 of 12 for Markowski. And a lot of that can be tied into. This Husker team was 11 of 24 from on layups.
25 of 52 last two games.
11 of 24 in layups. Highly contested, physical games. Can you stay true to what you're going to do? Because that's Big Ten basketball.
Yeah.
If you want to know what the women's Big Ten basketball tournament will look like, it'll look like that. That game tonight will tell you a lot of what you need to look at. But that aside, to find a way to win, for this program to find a way to win, if we said before the game they are 17 of 61 from the field, 6 of 31 from 3, we circle an L and say this is a terrible thing. That's not what happened. And now you start to bridge from good team to great team because you figured out how to win a game when you weren't shooting well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like you said, Rutgers is that team that's kind of annoying. They're always going to be sticking around, like you just said, one of the better defensive teams, not only in the Big Ten, but also just in the country. And statistically, despite their 7-16 record now, 0-11 in the conference, despite that, kind of related to Nebraska men's basketball, right? You feel like on paper, they should be better than their record. But at the end of the day, they are 0-10. So,
well, they're missing a Hall of Fame coach.
Yes, they have that. They have the interim. Yes,
yeah, you're missing a Hall of Fame coach who could probably get you through some of the dry stretches that you went to. But I also want to say this Nebraska team is human.
Yeah,
but barely, because they held a team to 38 points in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
38 points. I mean, this was there were 2 7-minute scoreless stretches for Rutgers.
Well, and when you just mentioned it just a second ago, is you have that bridge from good team to great team to a team that you feel confident in being able to do something in March in postseason play, right? And it's when you're not shooting the ball. Can you rely on your defense to win you a game? And in a game like tonight, where I think the stat coming in, I read somewhere that the games between Rutgers and Nebraska since Nebraska joined the Big Ten, 6 out of 10 of the previous matches were within 6 points. They finished within 6 points. So these games, like we've been saying the first 8 minutes of this postgame show, they're close, they're contested, they're tight. And so Nebraska's defense, saying the stats out loud offensively for Nebraska. Nebraska's defense was a big reason why Nebraska won this game.
Rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Rebounding. Like to go 45-38, and then to have the number of offensive boards that they had, which was impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have 19 offensive rebounds. Nebraska had 12 more shots than Rutgers. If you're not shooting well, you have to get more shots,
Mm-hmm.
right? And their ability to defend, now mind you, Rutgers does not have a ton of three-point shooters who can get it done. They do have some, but Nebraska defended them off the line and held them to a 1 of 8 night. Also, from the free throw line, Rutgers wasn't good. They were 5 of 12 from the free throw line. 22 turnovers. 22. Now, it took Nebraska being slightly sloppier than usual to make it competitive because, they put up their 16 turnovers, which for this group, 5 turnovers for Sam Hybe, but she was in high usage tonight. She was trying to fill some of what Jazz wasn't getting, trying to fill some of what they weren't getting from Ashley Scoggin, some of what they wouldn't get from Allison Widener. So she went to work. And on a night where it wasn't pretty, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, she's not happy about the turnovers. Jazz Shelley, not happy about the turnovers. 5 assists, 3 turnovers. Not happy about it. But I'll say this. It was from good intention because Nebraska made 17 baskets and had assists on 13 of them.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the thing. We can say it over and over again. Jazz Shelley played a big part of that. She wasn't scoring offensively, but she was still a big part in the offensive production.
So weird on a night that Jazz Shelley had 5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Sam had 2. Nobody else had 2. Yeah. Everybody else you had a bunch of people with 1.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of banana. So again, you held Rutgers to 33% from the field. To Nebraska's 28, 13 and 19% 3-point shooting. So maybe that's why the men are shooting a little better tonight.
Yeah, what's going on there?
We did the terrible Tuesday swap.
Yep. And
the Huskers men can shoot tonight and the women not so much. Again, a team shoots 42% from free throw line. They're helping you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that's fatigue. So bad free throw shooting and turnovers, those are tired legs, and that's fatigue. Points off turnover, 18-9 for the Huskers. 45-38 rebounding advantage. 12 points off the bench. Remember, they put up 28 points in 2 players Sunday. That didn't happen for them tonight. Points in the paint. Again, I'm not surprised that Rutgers has the plus there. Fast break points, Nebraska was up. 12 steals to 8 for Rutgers, 13 to 8 in assists, and there were only 2 lead changes. Nebraska led for 39 minutes. It got to that 2-point deficit.
Yep.
And then the veterans stepped up, took them on an 11-0 run, 11-0, 13-0 run to get things going. And then they locked down Rutgers defensively, held them for 7 minutes without a bucket, and then gave them space to get through this thing. So, look, Amy Williams has more answers than questions, which from this side of the microphone, you kind of dig that you're getting more answers. What happens if this happens? Do you have a way to win? Do the players know how to contribute when their thing isn't like Ashley Scoggin doesn't score tonight, but she played 20 solid minutes.
Yeah,
like defended well on the backside. Izzy Bourne didn't make a shot tonight from the field or for the free throw line. Actually, she made 2 points from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
24 minutes and 2 points. If we said before the game again, Izzy, this is like these numbers are incredible, but this team found a way to win. And look, Markowski with 16 points, 15 rebounds.
Another double-double.
A lot of heavy lifting, right? Like that. We know that was a war zone down there. And the freshman took her lumps. She took some elbows, but she battled her way to 15 rebounds and 16 points on 12 shots. So, look, 16-4.
16-4. I think going back to kind of what you were saying, I think it's fascinating. It's been fun to kind of see the evolution of this team throughout the season, because we talked at the beginning of the season of how big of an immediate impact Jazz Shelley was. And Izzy Bourne was the Izzy Bourne that we know and we could count on. Sam Hybe is always that reliable, 8 to 10 points per contest, stuff like that. Well, now we're seeing it in games like against Purdue and games like tonight against Rutgers, where you're not getting high offensive production from Ashley Scoggin like you're used to. You're not getting high offensive production tonight from Izzy Bourne like you can usually count on. So now you're seeing players like Sam Hybe step up, who's had 12 in back-to-back games, played some big roles, hit a key 3 in the fourth quarter to really extend the lead when they were up only by 2.
Necessary.
Yes. and 3 point and the 3-point shot isn't even her strongest suit.
3 or 5.
And she's really benefited and improved that spot of her game.
Here, even as a coach, I'm trying to figure out how this team is so good on the boards. Like, I really don't. I've tried to figure out scheme wise, but defensive leverage of always having somebody basket defender, offensive player. But that's tough to do sometimes with the spacing that Big Ten teams use. And somehow they manage to stay inside, keep leverage. All 3 backcourt players get to the boards.
That's a big. I think that's huge.
All 3 get to the boards. And then they don't worry much about the run out, because they run a traditional kind of Marymount transition, and everybody gets to their spots on time, and nobody's figured out how to defend it.
I don't want to. I'm not. I could be wrong in saying this. Is that? I hate to throw around this word. Effort, is that hustle, or is that just understanding your role?
They're not. See, if we did the player profiles, they're not the biggest, tallest, strongest.
No, yeah.
So purposeful scheme matters, which is identifying that this team wants to defend one shot per possession.
Okay.
And it's purposeful. Like you have to drill. This team is getting 1 shot per possession. That means intentionally you work on having whoever's on the floor. And it doesn't matter whether it's Widener and Moriarty, whoever the backcourt is, their intention is to set a boundary so that it doesn't happen for them. Now, 11 offensive rebounds in a brawl is still, I would imagine Amy Williams says that's still too high. But you're +8, and you've been consistent in it throughout the season. If you hold Rutgers to 11, you're going to do pretty well against some of the other teams. Now, you're going to have bigger players. You're not going to have more physical players than Rutgers. Rutgers and Maryland are the 2 most physical teams in the Big Ten.
They'll see them within a span of a week.
Look, and you talk about the wear and tear.
Yeah.
I think it's important. Cravens gives you 19 minutes. Moriarty gives you 11 minutes. Widener with 15 minutes. It's necessary for the bench to give the starters a break, because you've got another game and then another game.
Yeah.
And look, going to College Park and facing that Maryland team. Look, Brenda Freeze has got a physical team. She's got an athletic team. And I think Thursday's important because it'll tell us whether the team's able to focus and not look forward.
That is
right. I don't want to peek at Maryland. I want them to get that 17th win and then move forward.
How good would we have felt at the beginning of the season if we would have said Nebraska was 16-4 after in the start of February?
Here's the thing. They're doing everything that we thought they could do. And we would have or could have been burned the same way we were with the men. Because remember, they started undefeated last year and then turned left because things caught up. Like things caught up, fatigue and otherwise. Now, let's add a couple of things to the soup. Let's add more experience for Scoggin. Let's add Jess Shelley and everything she does. Let's add Allison Weiner. Let's add Markowski. Let's add There's a lot. You're taking the burden off Sam Hybe, because remember, Sam Hybe had to literally put everybody on her back last year and carry them for several moments. This year, she can kind of chill.
Yeah, where it's, oh, look at that. Sam Hybe was second on the team tonight with 12 points.
Yeah, Jazz has us for 8 games.
Well,
and now I'm going to step up and give you what we need.
Well, how wild is it that we're saying here tonight that Jazz Shelley was not I don't want to say that she wasn't important, but she had 8 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists.
She was vital to the win because
it's balanced.
She's vital to the win. But what we would not have expected is Moriarty Markowski. And as good as Jazz Shelley is, we could not expect that she was as good and well-rounded as she is. We saw Widener in the state playoffs. You can't assume.
Well, we talked about it after Purdue. It was that you have that freshman wall, right? And Alexis hasn't hit it. Maybe
she's hitting it, but
she's busted through it.
This is what's fantastic about it is that as she hits the wall, she's still finding ways to be productive.
Yeah, 5 of 12, 0 of 4 from deep. What? How dare her?
Yeah, the nerve.
She was, what was it, 14 of or 12 of 16 or something before?
Yeah.
And she decides to go 0 of 4, but hey, 6 of 6 from the line.
I think as you watch this team play and the depth for which they play, the practice workouts show up. Like to tell me that first group is pressing its second group. And think about it this way. We're not even talking about Onyx Stewart and Nicole Caton and those folks at the end of the bench who give that real good look during the week. For them to contest. And it doesn't look like this women's team ever runs into a thing they're unfamiliar with. Like they scout well, they set up well, they execute well. And then the brilliance for me, again, I'll keep saying it, to defend at the level that they do in the space that they do. Look, you made it almost impossible for Rutgers to hit threes tonight. You contested and got them off the line, and they weren't comfortable getting the intermediate shots. Yeah. So, look, on a night like this, again, Nebraska made 17 field goals, period. 17.
Yeah.
Not good.
No. And it was very visible at PBA that Amy Williams was not happy. But that's the coach. That's the coach, right?
Well, about the shots, I can't imagine she was angry about the shots missed. Maybe the shot selection.
I think there was a little bit of that as well. But going back to kind of the defense that you were saying, Nebraska held Rutgers in the time where it was most important. Remember, it was a 38-36 ball game at one point in the fourth quarter. I believe the 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
In the fourth quarter, Nebraska held Rutgers 3 of 12 from the field, 0 of 1 from deep, 0 of 1 from deep, and they forced 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Empty possessions are important. Like it's important to understand what you're trying to do to folks and what folks are trying to do against you.
Yeah.
It never looked like Nebraska was out of sequence defensively, like where you see lone cutters and et cetera, right? You didn't see that tonight. What you saw was they were in place, they were on time, and then they were holding them to one shot per possession. So miraculously enough, they found a way to get through. This is a game that could have got away from them.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've seen it. This is a game that in the past you would have played down to the level of the people you're playing against, and the game would have gotten away at that when it's a 2-point deficit.
I think that's a really big thing, big improvement they've made over the last 2 seasons. That was one thing last year that was not kind of a knock on Nebraska women's basketball, was that they would go out, they beat Northwestern, they stomped Northwestern at home, who was a ranked team last year, and then they would go out and play down to a team like Rutgers, who is 0-10 in the conference coming in. And so that was one knock of last year, where you're not seeing that this year. In the non-conference, despite the schedule not being extremely difficult, they did their job and then some, right? They did their job, then some. And now you're seeing them beat the teams like Purdue that they're supposed to beat. You're seeing them beat teams like Rutgers. And then you're seeing them take a couple from Michigan, playing Indiana close on the road, they're doing the things that they need to do to continue improving and building the program each year.
I think a lot of this is in the scouting, the pre-scout, the advanced scouting, to understand how much knowledge they show within how they defend, which is knowledge of what Rutgers was going to run, what they were going to try to get to. They were really exceptional at defending certain spots on the floor. Now, inside the paint, there's not a lot you can do. You just have to buckle up and get it done. But perimeter-wise, Nebraska was on time, and they were jumping passing routes, right? You're not allowing nothing across your face, defending the basket. All of those things in place, Nebraska did a really good job of taking away small items against a really physical Rutgers team.
Once again, Nebraska now 16-4 on the season after a win against Rutgers at home this evening. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Feel free to add comments on the text line, or you can visit the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. That's up and running. And don't go anywhere after the Nebraska women's basketball postgame show from 9 to 10. It'll be about that time where we have the men's basketball postgame show. We'll just go right into it. Smooth transition with DP and Bach. I believe they are down 47-46 to Michigan on the road. So not a bad. We'll dive in more into Nebraska women's basketball's win over Rutgers and more coming up next on the Nebraska women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Every time the back door closes, it squeaks and reminds me of how I used to go out back for a cigarette 2-3 times a day when I was stressed, when I was hungry, when I was bored. But then I think of how the stale taste lingered in my mouth, and I reach into my purse and pop a stick of gum. And the craving is gone.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancene.com.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Bagels and Joe is ready for winter with white chocolate raspberry cream cheese, great on any bagel. And try a grilled Italian panini for lunch with ham, prosciutto, banana peppers, and provolone on a sun-dried tomato bagel. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Security First Bank. We're the bank, and we make your mortgage more manageable with flexible terms, trusted advice, and competitive rates. When you work with us, we'll know your name, but we'll also get to know your home dreams too. Security First Bank of Lincoln. Voted best small bank in Nebraska by Newsweek magazine. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 505011.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill has 2 Lincoln locations that are great for any occasion. If you're downtown for a basketball game or a concert, stop by their newest spot at 10th and P. Don't forget to check out their social media pages to learn about any concerts on stage at Rosie's. If you want to avoid a busy downtown scene, head over to the original Rosie's just south of 14th and Highway 2 for a feeling of your local hometown bar. There's plenty of TVs at both places and great food and drink. What are you waiting for? Rosie Sports Bar and Grill at 10th and P and on South 14th Street.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. There's a lot of CBD shops opening up in Lincoln, but Trek CBD focuses on quality above all else. Their products are from local CBD company Nico Farms and are third-party laboratory tested. They have products that can help with stress, anxiety, pain, relief, and more, and have a wide selection of Delta 8, including Serene 8. Trek CBD is locally owned and operated. Go visit Scott or Shannon at their 84th and Highway 2 location or at 27th and S, or go online to Trek CBD with free delivery. Trek CBD. CBD done right.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games. Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Now back to the Husker women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, back here, women's basketball postgame show following a Nebraska 50-38 win over Rutgers. They are now 16-4 on the season, 5-4 in the Big Ten Conference. So right in the thick of it with a matchup against Penn State on Thursday. So they turn around, they have one day off, then play Penn State at home on Thursday. Then they have a couple days of rest before they travel to Maryland and face the Terrapins, who are, let me tell you their record, 15-6 overall and currently 7-3 in the Big Ten. So a pretty evenly matched ball game on Sunday. But first, like we kind of talked about last time, it can't overlook Penn State coming in with a 9-11 record, 3-7 in the Big Ten. Can't overlook that one, especially when fatigue could be flaring up for this Nebraska women's basketball team. But one thing that can kind of combat fatigue, and I wanted to hit on this one more time because we talk about it, we've talked about it the last two times, but the depth and the options that Amy Williams is having right now is really exciting, because a game like tonight, they replaced Bella Cravens in the starting lineup with Izzy Bourne, where the previous game they didn't have Izzy Bourne, but at the end of the day, one of them's playing 20 minutes and one of them's playing 19. And then you have Alexis Markowski, who's a freshman, who's kind of becoming the dog in that.
It's like,
Yes, in that room.
Uh-oh.
And so just looking down low, but then that's not even including Ani Stewart and Kendall Moriarty, who are freshmen, and Allison Weiner. And it's like, I understand we're having the same talk over again, but it's a good talk to have. And it's encouraging to have, because it's a talk you don't usually get to have when you're talking about Nebraska.
We can't have nice things.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't we have nice things? It's cool to watch the fluidity of the reserve base.
Mm-hmm.
That you're not changing what you're doing with new people on the floor. Like, you're just not. Widener and Jess Shelley have been running at the same pace, ending up at the same space, same time. Ruby Porter and Ashley Scoggin working in the same space. You can bring in Moriarty, and she gives you the same Sam Hybe minutes. Stewart and Bourne, and then you could say Cravens and Markowski kind of tag team, and you can get in and get out. And then to do what Amy Williams did tonight, which was reactivate Nicole Caton, who scrambled Rutgers offense.
That's what she does.
Yeah, she's a havoc causer. I mean, this is like, she's in there to blow things up. And then for her to come in and bang down a three, which allows, again, comfort, because you're not putting her in to give you points, but if she gives you points,
pleasant surprises.
Right, it's a good deal. So they got 7 minutes from her. Ruby Porter was solid. She only played 11 minutes, or 9 minutes, but I thought she'd get some more minutes along the way. But as you head toward, this is the gauntlet, right? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have a Thursday game, a weekend game in College Park with travel. Look, one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time. That's what this is. Brenda Fries is one of the elite coaches in the country. You can't look past anybody to get to her and plan. But 17-4 sounds really good.
It sure does.
It sounds really good. I know we should not be, forecasting into that space, but get the ones you can get. If you're a tournament team as you aspire to be, then you go and get this.
Well, that was kind of something that we said going into this 4-game homestand, where after you play Michigan State, Michigan, and Iowa 2 times, I believe, if I'm remembering that one, and Indiana's in there. So there was the 4 games between Michigan, Iowa twice, and Indiana. Well, those 4 teams all made it past the Sweet 16. So that was a gauntlet in itself. So Nebraska, once you escape that little stretch of games, looking ahead to this part of the schedule that we're currently in the middle of, it was, okay, you're facing Wisconsin, who's below 500. You're facing Rutgers, who's below 500. Penn State is around 500. This is a stretch of
Penn
games.
State's 9-11.
Yes.
They're 9-11. 3-7 in the conference. They're on a 4-game losing streak. Right. So we'll check all those boxes.
Yeah.
It's here at Pinnacle Bank. Let's see what they've done lately, because that's the true tell. They lost to number 17 Maryland by 11. They got blown out by 21 against Michigan State. They got blown out against Iowa by 30. By 27. Wow. Okay. They lost to Wisconsin by 8, and then their last win, the last 2 wins, they beat Illinois by 18 and they beat Northwestern by 4. So we'll get into the staffing and the stats of how they play, but you're facing a 9-11 team. You got to figure out a way to get out of there with a win.
Exactly.
At home.
Yeah, and you're
at home.
You're in this stretch where so far through these first 3 games of this homestand, they've done their job. Nebraska has done their job. So now they have one more job to do in this homestand, and then you're 4-0.
Well, pardon us for not knowing how to react when a thing is what it's supposed to be. Like I
had to make the comment because we're not used to it.
No, right? Like I was sitting there thinking about it, and it was like, well, they're doing what they said they do.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
they're doing what they thought what they told us they could do.
Well, it's like coaches saying, I'm not gonna applaud you for doing what's expected. Do your job. I'm not gonna go over the top and pat you on the back a couple times for doing your job.
But this team,
if that makes sense.
But this team,
we're not used to teams doing their job,
right? And so you can look at Penn State's numbers, right? And
Mhm.
you'll go, okay, a couple of things jump out at you right away. They don't defend very well, right? I mean, they're minus. Wow, they're minus 47 points for the season. So, they're giving up 74 a game. So, Nebraska's usually plus 6 over what everybody normally gives up. So, Nebraska's going to score 80 points on Thursday, give or take. But 80 points is in the neighborhood. This team is not going to go bucket for bucket with Nebraska. Opportunity to win, right? What do they do well? Well, they make their they're at 71% 72% from the free throw line. They're 32% from three, but they give up, ready for this, 37% on threes. They do not defend the perimeter well. So circle that one as one to do.
What does Nebraska like doing?
Yeah.
And is good at.
Imagine this. This team is minus 6 rebounds a game against a really solid rebounding Nebraska team. Wow, they give up a ton of assists. That points to point guard play. So you can look at there and say there's be some advantage there. They give the ball up 16 times a game. 16 times a game. They're pretty active defensively, and that's usually a wing situation. And they've got some length because they've got 92 blocks, so they average 5 blocks a game. So those are the minimal stats. Those are the team stats. You can get into the individual stats and try to find players who do a thing well in this place. Their leading scorer, McKenna Marisa, is 22 a game. And then there's a huge dip because Allie Brigham gives them 10 points a game. And everybody else is under 9. Right? Marissa shoots the ball. I mean, 38% from 3, 82% from the free throw line. So she's a scorer. I would imagine. You know who's defending. So, look, every opportunity for them to win 17. How many wins did they get all of last year? Wasn't that the number?
I honestly don't remember because they with the unconventional. Let me pull it up.
I thought that was close to the number. I thought that was because we kept saying, well, if they can get to 20, they could get in the tournament, and they never got to 20.
They were 13-13 last year.
Right, all within the conference.
Yes,
all within the conference. So there's some of this, right? Like some of that makes sense. Wow. Yeah, they needed that. 9-10 in the conference, 83 home, 3-8 on the road, which they've already surpassed that in wins on the road. And then 2-2 in neutral sites. But yeah, if they can get through, we kept asking for this team to be able to finish. They had a 4-game losing streak in the back half, and then they just couldn't get a win. And then they got in the NIT. They needed to win at Maryland. Maryland beat them by 10. But remember, all of those are neutral games. The backbreaker for me was the loss at Minnesota.
I do remember that one, and this
Yeah.
kind of goes back to the conversation we were having before we took a break about playing certain opponents, playing down to
Well, and think about it this way: the season turned when they went east and played Penn State and Rutgers back to
that's
back,
right.
and
Look
they
at that.
lost both of them.
Look at that.
So you'll see some of the difference in this team. You'll see some of the difference in how they approach this thing. But it is time to give Amy Williams credit.
Yeah.
Because managing this depth, right? Managing this depth is impressive. Getting them to commit to each other is impressive. And then not blowing her stack is impressive. Because she gets close to the edge and then she backs it down and goes, okay. So, look, kudos to the staff for what they've done because it's been fun to watch.
Let's go ahead and take our final timeout here. Husker men's basketball is now down 58-52. against Michigan on the road here. However, this is the women's basketball postgame show. We got a text that says, how do we talk about the men into not giving up a 24-4 run? Well,
I'm getting out of the way and let Eric Strickland do what he does.
Yes, we'll wrap up. We'll give you guys a couple of final stat lines from the Huskers' 50-38 win over Rutgers. Once again, women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey Culligan, that's a flag on my water for flagrant foul taste.
Ooh, that's a tough one, ref, but the solution is a Culligan Smart RO drinking water system that reduces up to 58 contaminants, making your water safer and delicious.
Yeah, I guess I missed that call.
And with the Culligan Connect app, you always know when your filters need changing.
The water's up and it's good.
Good call, ref, and we're already on the way.
Try a Culligan water softener for just $9.95 per month. Go to CulliganLincoln.com.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served Buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Smoothbrook, Illinois.
At Mountain Dew, we support the best and baddest disaster relief group in America, Team Rubicon. To show our support of Team Rubicon, Mountain Dew put in $1 million. And now you can help Team Rubicon too. Look for specially marked Team Rubicon bottles of Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Enter for a chance to win weekly prizes at MountainDewTR.com and donate to Team Rubicon. You'll earn exclusive rewards when you do. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 and older. Subject to rules at MountainDewTR.com. Ends 10/3/2020.
Hi, welcome to Big Chain Bar and Grill. Can I get you a drink? Which game were you hoping to see? Doesn't matter. I don't know what channel the game's on anyway. Are you ready to order? Okay, here's your check. Come back and see us again, okay?
What?
Hey, welcome back into Upside.
Slow down and enjoy the game at the Upside Bar and Lounge. Comfortable seating, plenty of screens, a great food and drink menu, and no one trying to shove you out the door. Come in, hang out, and take it all in at the Upside Bar and Lounge, open daily just east of 27th and Pine Lake.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is all about the good and creating more of it. More drive-through celebrations, more weekend traditions, more family dinners and lunches, more car picnics and road trips, more desserts, maybe more second desserts, more celebrating being together as much as we can. There's always room for more good and more Freddy's. Keep the good going with a taste that brings you back.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435 5555.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is ready for winter with white chocolate raspberry cream cheese, great on any bagel. And try a grilled Italian panini for lunch with ham, prosciutto, banana peppers, and provolone on a sun-dried tomato bagel. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to the Husker women's basketball postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, so in response to Taylor the Electrical Guy's text that we read before the break, how do we talk the men into not giving up a 24-4 run? Well, you just combat that with going on a 17-3 run of your own, which is what Nebraska has done to take a lead in the under 8-minute media timeout.
What? Is this allowed?
Don't get too excited, DP.
Are we allowed to discuss this?
But how great of a night would it be?
You're not allowed to say it.
How great of a night would it be?
It's a no-hitter. Stop it.
It's a great night because we're able to talk about Nebraska being competitive in both men's and women's basketball.
Don't do
We'll
it.
just bring it at that.
We want nice things.
Just they're being competitive. We're making it easy. All right, final couple minutes here. We're going straight into the men's basketball post game, even though it's not done. Is that correct?
No, we can just hang out.
Just hang out. Perfect. Yeah. How thrilling! Hang out with the people from the ticket.
We can just hang out.
So let's go through a couple stat lines here while we wrap up this portion and the hour here. So for Nebraska, we've kind of mentioned it. Jazz Shelley finished 8 points, 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 4 from deep. But big part, we keep talking about guard rebounding and guard play, and Nebraska women's basketball continues to shine in that aspect. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, only 3 turnovers. So, and I say only, she's probably not happy with those 3 turnovers.
No.
But it is.
Neither was Amy.
There
were some interesting conversations going on.
Yeah. So
there really was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Once again, we'll bring it up again. Jazz Shelley struggled last game. quote unquote struggled for her last game. She finished against Purdue with 8 points once again, 3 of 6 from shooting, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So similar stats in back-to-back games, and Nebraska still won. So it shows once again Nebraska's depth of when they're star players, I guess, the main players that you think about when you think about Nebraska women's basketball scoring the ball. When they're not scoring a ton of points, they have other options. They have other players that continue to step up, and one of those is Sam Hybee. Back-to-back games with 12 points. She finishes with 12, 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep, 6 rebounds out of her spot, and 2 assists for Sam Hybee, number 4 for Nebraska there. Really, really impressive.
28% from the field, Joe, is just not.
No.
That's not the space that you want this team to live in. And the fact that, I mean, off the bench, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 field goals made. 5. That's it. 5. And like they were 5 for 25. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, what does it tell you that last time out against Purdue, and obviously Nebraska scored, 31 more points against Purdue than they did tonight against Rutgers, but they had 31 bench points against Purdue compared to 12 tonight.
Physical.
That's
Rutgers,
the story,
it's
right?
Rutgers defense. Listen, the big from Rutgers had the sharpest elbows I've seen in a long time. Right? And she used them on the box out. She used them on the defensive end. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see what happened. I looked up and it was 73-66. I saw they got 3 more points. Casey's been big down the stretch, all 7 points.
Stop it.
Stop it. Hey, I'm just reading statistical lines.
Stop it, you. This is
Oh, Casey, chill. Oh no. Oh, Casey, I jinxed him. He got teed up. I jinxed him.
I told you. This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm out of here. Oh, I feel so bad. I just talked about how well he was doing, and he gets teed up on the next.
I saw it coming, and it was like, oh no.
He was just getting into it.
I love that. I need that as a meme. Like we need to clip that into its own meme.
I feel so bad for Casey.
I actually love it. That might be my favorite tech of the year. Like
I saw it coming too. He started running towards half court.
Oh man, 2 free throws and the ball.
But Nebraska's still winning with 5:49 left in the second half.
2 free throws and the ball. You just can't. It's a great play. That's a great block. How do you call that? You can't call that. And Kobe tried to catch him.
Yeah, I know that part.
Kobe tried to tackle him.
That part. Oh, there. Yeah, he's like, bro, you can't do that, man. You can't. Then he looked at Fred like, "Are you mad at me, coach?"
Yeah.
But 73-70. Hey, so I guess this will leak over in a little bit, but this is kind of something that we've talked about before with men's basketball is finishing games. They once again are another position. Can they finish it?
Who's going to finish?
Yeah.
Who's going to finish for this team? Like, we don't know the 5 on the floor. You're trying to figure out who the 5 on the floor is. Oh, no.
It was a traveling violation.
Yeah, I'll take the travel over the charge.
Yeah.
But missed opportunity.
How do we know? Do we have a foul update on Derek Walker and them? Because at one point I know they all had 2. Derek Walker was out for a short time.
We were trying to accept the fact that they've done a real poor job of updating stats.
Yeah.
So there's that. I love that Dickinson is struggling. It gives me joy. Yeah.
Get aboard. Oh. That's Derek. That's D-Walk there. I'm sure they'll tell us here, especially if it was his 4th.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Just let's throw it to break.
Yep.
And then we'll come back.
Oh, hold on. We got a minute. We got to play this out. I forgot.
What'd you do?
It's like the out, so it's gonna go for a minute here.
Okay.
But I guess bright side, Nebraska women's basketball. 50-38 win.
Thank you, ladies.
Hard fought win. They are now 16-4 on the year. They have Penn State on Thursday, 7 p.m. It will be televised on Big Ten Network, I believe. However, make your way down to PBA. Once again, this team is fun to watch.
Yeah, the
And
building's fun.
They deserve a crowd.
The building is fun. Bach, the big three numbers. 54% from the field, 50 from three, 77 from the free throw line, but minus 13 rebounds.
We're out of here for a brief time. We'll come back. We'll hang out before we get the men's basketball postgame show up and rolling. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey, Culligan, that's a flag.